What is going on? Cool, we are recording. Yeah, I wanted to make a video about like the stupid stuff that I see on YouTube. Like I just want to like talk with you about it. Um, it's these guys on YouTube and I always complain about them. It's like guys like Gerber Johnson or these people that you might watch. Maybe if you're a guy or a girl, like there's these people like Andrew 8 or like these like basically like normie approved videos. There's this guy named like Jeff and then there's also like an FR. It's in the YouTube thumbnail of like this video that I make that I post that this video, right? And it's this guy who's basically like a high tier normie or Chad Light who makes a video complaint like talking specifically to like lonely men who are out there. And like I'm telling you people like that who are like talking to you about how like depressing their life is and whatnot and how like incel they feel or whatever, like how the world is getting bad or whatever. Like people like Gerber Johnson, perfect example. He makes some interesting points and like all the comments you're gonna see and you're gonna think like, wow, this guy's like an intellectual. He makes like a lot of great points. He's really interesting. I should keep watching his videos. The videos he makes are complete trash and they're just regurgitation of like someone like a previous another YouTuber like Rehab Room who's actually living those experiences. But then Gilbert Johnson is capitalizing on it by using his looks, regurgitating what the guy Rehab Room says, and then making it seem relatable to his comment section, making him feel like, oh, look, I'm a Chad Lighter, high tier normie, and I feel this way too, so it's not just you kind of vibe. There's a lot of people who do this. I see this not even just like with men, but like a lot of like women in this space who are now like trying to dominate the looks maxing niche and like capitalizing on it and say like, oh, like I feel like lonely all the time or whatever. But like it's gonna seem like hypocritical because like I know I'm not like I know I'm average or above in looks, right? But like I've experienced like how it actually feels to I've experienced a lot of these things that like Rehab Room talks about, right? Like I'm pretty much I was honestly his target audience at one point, and like it's just completely ridiculous. Like the level of I don't even know how to explain like these YouTubers are trying to like sound like philosophical and like super deep, and like they've like cracked the code as to why like society is not working and why like the lone male loneliness epidemic or like they just try to sound deep. It's just people who are like trying to be deep when like nothing that they say is actually that deep. And their brain doesn't even go that deep. They're either regurgitating what someone else says or their like solution to the problem is so surface level and they're just relying on their physical attractiveness, which makes them look deeper than they are, and like average level of intelligence and probably education. And that kind of compensates and makes them look like they're a lot deeper than they are. It's like the perfect example is like this one girl that I used to know. She's not like a public figure, but like it's this girl that used to go to like a school like I was in like a all boys school and then this she was in like an all sister school, so it was just girls. And like I knew her and like her whole Instagram was like aesthetic photos, right? And like she posted like these like pictures of her in like Paris or like these pictures of her traveling, and then the bio was always like with thoughts we go upward or like something's like that's so stupid that you would just like find on Pinterest, whatever. And she'd be like angling like her hands a certain way and like angling like her face a certain way and like putting like these perfect filters to make her look like aesthetic, and like she would make herself look like a lot higher class than she really was. But at the end of the day, like these girls, like they look like they're really deep. They act like they're really deep. They act like they're really interesting people. That they have like really interesting thoughts. They listen to like really interesting music, even when it's just like Tame Impala, right? And like they think they're really niche and really unique. But the truth is, they just want to hook up with like a good looking guy, and that's it. And like if they hook up with a good looking guy, to them, that's like the deepest thing that could possibly happen to them. Like some guy who's like an 8 out of 10, if they hook up with him, it's basically like, oh my god, like I've lived like life. Like I am now like this is like the deepest thing that could happen in my life. This is so aesthetic. Wow, I'm just gonna like now we could like make videos and like post on YouTube and Instagram. The truth is, and then they actually get a higher social status because they got with this guy. And they think it means something. Then they think they're like this deep, profound intellectual, and that the guy got with her because of like these values. When it's really just he was probably just he had a high sex drive that day or whatever. That's like a weird example. Like same thing goes with like these YouTubers like Gilbert Johnson. It's like, oh, like it's like he's like diving deep into like, oh, why are 63% of men lonely? And it's like such common sense, just like, okay. Like he goes like really deep, like he makes some valid points, right? But it's just the market becoming more competitive. Like every market becomes more competitive. It's just that simple. Like the girls now are obviously not in like biologically they're able to now make their own money because of like the job market's opening up and they have like more rights. So now they could just do the same thing men do. So now they're just gonna compete for a better male. And like it's the same thing, it's the same process like colleges, right? Colleges are getting a lower and lower acceptance rate, right? Because more people are making more money, and like the middle, like the lower class and the higher class, there's a bigger discrepancy, and like it's the big separation, right? So you're either going to be one category or the other. And women obviously like men like it's so like men are always like, oh, women are so like hypergamous, this is like so bad, but like men are the same way. Like if a man was able to have like all the options that he possibly could, he would just take like the best option. Like he would just go with the prettiest girl or the girl who's like the most or like the most intelligent or like the most wealthy or like the most well-rounded in all those respects, right? So it's not just like a female thing. Um, yeah, and like just the other guy who's like Joe. This one's probably the worst out of all of them. It's like that guy Joe and then FR and then I'll come up with the name. I might even look it up right now just to like make sure I got it. Hold on. Uh, sorry, a second. Joe Frazen, right? No, Frazen. Joe. No, Frick. Hold on. Joe. Just stay on the channel, okay? I'm gonna find it for you, and then you can look at his videos and laugh with me as well. Or maybe it's Josh, Joe FAIA. Oh my god, fucking bitch, bro. Oh my god. Okay, it's just like no, I'm actually gonna find this. It's actually like a really important thing. Just skip ahead in the video if you can't like if it's taking me too long, but I'm gonna find it. I just saw his fucking channel. Like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, oh Jeff, dude, my bad. It's Jeff Franzen. So this dude named Jeff Franzen, like all of those videos are just completely ridiculous. It's just like, oh, I've been like alone in my head, and it's just like this guy who's just a complete Chad with like a Giga Chad. Like okay, he's not a Giga Chad. He's like a what? He's like above average, right? He's a good looking dude, and he's like well rounded, and like he's saying like all these things just to sound relatable, and then he thinks he's like this profound intellectual and like he like all these like comments of like these normies who are just like oh my god, I can't believe I'm the only one who feels this way. I also overthink things in my head. I also reflect on what I did during the day. I also reread the conversations that I had with my ex. I also reread the conversations that I had with my best friend after I text them. I also do these things. It's just it's like a zodiac signs. It's like wow, today Capricorn, you're going to be disciplined, or today Aquarius, you're going to be feel enlightened, and that could like such like a broad enough generalization for everybody to feel, but like some people really think that they're deep, and it's like, oh, I'm lonely, but I must be the only person that's this lonely. I'm the only person that feels this way, dude. You're not that special. You're not that special. These people are capitalizing on your insecurities or your I don't even know. They're just trying to get you for views. And even if they're not trying to get you for views, they're just not smart people, right? Like I used to like when I was like 17 or 18. I'm so passionate about this because I used to like fall for this shit. When I was like 17 or 18, I used to think like everything was like so deep, right? Like I used to watch like these movies like this movie like Columbus or like this other like movie and I was like or like Black Swan. I used to be like, "Oh my God, this movie is so deep. Wow, I've never watched something this profound." Or like I don't know. I used to like kid myself where I was like, "Oh, I want to get with this girl because I know like it's gonna feel like aesthetic, like I'm in a movie." And like I would used to like make these like aesthetic ass like videos, and it would seem like it would seem like I was like deeper than I was. I remember I like made like I posted like a video of like me like skateboarding with like my friend, and like I just had like a voiceover over it saying like, "Oh, like these memories one day we'll never remember these memories." Just some teenage bullshit, right? But like now looking back with like a little bit of more wisdom, like the only reason why I posted that video was because okay, I'm like a decent looking guy in it. He's a good looking guy in it. Skateboarding looks aesthetic. That's it. It'll probably get decent views. You know what I mean? Like most things just come down to the looks or the wealth associated with it or like social class. I'm telling you, like those three. If you master those three things, that's pretty much what aesthetic, deep philosophical shit is. Like oh wow, like it's like this one dude that I know who's a literal like Chad, and he spends all of his time like reading up on like Shakespeare like philosophy and like he could like people could say like oh you're just not as deep and you'll never understand that like okay like it's probably not true. It's literally not true because like I think I have a higher level of self-awareness than most of these people and I actually think my thoughts are actually deeper than the average person's. But anyway, side tangent. This guy is like a complete like Chad light, and like he spends all of his time like doing like deep philosophical. I don't even know what he does. He wastes his time doing deep philosophical shit, and like he like talks to women. He like says like this high level of like vocabulary that makes him think he's an intellectual. And he thinks girls really do like him for like the person that he is. But the irony is that they only like him because he's good looking. And the only reason he's good looking is because he got jaw surgery. But now he thinks his life is like a aesthetic, and he was like blessed by God even when he just got like a jaw surgery, just to like look better. And then his life changed, and now he thinks like he's this profound intellectual, and now he gets girls and he thinks it's because of his mind, how he grew, how he developed, where it's literally just a direct correlation with his looks. And ironically, another like funny thing is just like this guy talks about like being loyal to people and like always like showing that you care and whatnot. But then he like stayed at my place for like 3 days, didn't pay me a thing. He owes me like $100 and he just like left, right? And it's not that I'm just like easily manipulated. It's just like I didn't really care because like I just thought it would be like common decency for him to like pay for it because like I thought he was a reputable guy. And then like I was just like, bruh, like it's not just like Chad does what Chad wants. It's like he knows what he did, and it's just like so funny to me because like I'm just like, okay, this dude's just like a, and he just like this dude was just like cut off by his rich family, um, and like he's literally just like a Chad who just like walks around and like thinks he's deep when he's not. That's pretty much it. And like people think like why are people obsessing with this movie Obsession now? It's literally just because the lead girl is attractive. There's nothing deep about her. There's nothing interesting about her. It's just she's good looking and she played the part well. But if she was literally like 50 pounds more, it would not have gotten nearly as many sales. You know what I mean? And not probably not, no fucking sales. It would not have done well. Same reason why Sopranos popped off. Oh, you think Sopranos is so interesting? Sopranos is really, really interesting, directed very, very well. But they gotta have Tony Soprano, the lead character. People will think like Tony Soprano's ugly. He's not good ugly. He has like a bunch of strong features. He has very strong bone mass, really good eye area, all this stuff. He's obviously just like overweight, but that makes it a bit more relatable. But he's obviously still like good looking, even with that like obesity, right? Plus like all the other characters, like the Adriana, it all just comes down to looks. I would say like Sopranos. Sorry, Sopranos is like a bad example, right? It's like that's actually like a well directed show that is like really really deep. I would say, but like most TV shows, most movies, most videos that you're gonna watch on YouTube, most like video creators that you're gonna watch, they're gonna be like really really surface level, regurgitating everything, and they're gonna think that they're superior to others, even when they're fucking idiots. That's it. Like it really just comes down to the looks and your level of wealth and your status. I'm telling you, it's just those three. And then you could just do how you could just fuck off in life. It just comes down to those three. Um, yeah. Now I could like make my channel this like full aesthetic, like me recording videos in the city and make everything like look really artistic and like, fraud my face like 20 times more to make me look like a Chad or whatever. And then like have like a bunch of like my attractive friends like be in the video and tell them to say like a bunch of like deep quotes. Like all the comments will just be with a bunch of normies and all the normies will just be like, wow, this is so deep. This is like so interesting. Wow. Like I love and it's just like I just bought it. I just had enough money to buy an expensive camera. I had the privilege of living in close to a city, which will get me more views. I have the privilege of being white and decent looking, and I have the privilege of being friends with other good looking people. And the only reason why I was friends with these good looking people is because my mom was kind and wealthy enough at the time to send me to a private school, and then I had like the level of social status necessary for me to be able to stay with these friends long term. And like the only reason why like any guys or girls will comment is just because of like my appearance or like my voice or like I don't know my ideas, which are also like reflective of just the like the butterfly effect of my development. And it kind of like ruins like the zest or like the deep philosophical aspects of life. I used to think life like I'd say the main thing that changed about me now that I'm 22 compared to when I was like 17 was like I used to think life was a lot deeper uh before, but now that I'm older, I think shit's really not that deep. That's it.